Hello everyone, welcome back to part 2, Memorial Day weekend. I know everybody's going to be cooking out. Your time's taken up. I can tell that by looking at the video views on part 1 for friends list for. But anyway, I understand that. But none yet, part 2's got to go on. And before I get on with part 2, I'd like to say that I've got a link to a YouTube video posted on my profile. It's up under recent activity. Now that's where I'll post a bulletin or a video that you can come and see if I got one that I particularly want you to look at. And so I'm not sure if the bulletins automatically go out. I'm not sure. But if not, you can stop by, and if it does go out, maybe somebody just give me an inbox and let me know if bulletins automatically go out. But I was looking at videos this morning, and I come across this guy. He's not involved in buying or promoting silver. I think he's had his bait of silver. I feel so bad for it. What he did is he got involved with Monex, and I have heard some really terrible stories about Monex. I've heard that the Better Business Bureau give him an F. But I listened to his whole video. It's about 10 minutes. And he got ripped off. And I want to emphasize, like I have always emphasized in all of my videos where I spoke of this matter, always take physical possession of your metals. Never buy into a pool that is called, a pool is unallocated silver. Unallocated silver is that you don't have possession. Someone else has possession. And you'll pay a storage fee for that possession. Allocated is whenever you've got it in your hands. Well, he bought into a silver account, I think it was called Atlas. Told him he's going to make $50,000 a month off of his investment. I'll leave it at that. He think he lost everything. Please stop by and view the video. And now on to part 2. Hope everybody got a little bit of understanding out of part 1. I know that I may be repeating some things, but yet I've got new friends that's come aboard, and I can't accept the fact that they know exactly what's going on with silver. So there'll be a lot of things that I'm going to recap, and it's not going to hurt you to go back and look at some of this stuff. Every time you read a book, you get something different out of it, or you read something between the lines, and maybe this can be the case too with recapping these videos. I was speaking to Lucky yesterday, and before I knew it, because of the subject we were speaking on, Lucky 43113, he's a friend of mine. He's been a subscriber of mine, and we've just been good chat buddies since he started watching my videos. I think maybe in the summer or end of summer in 2008, or in the fall, somewhere around there. And I got telling him, I says, because Lucky's a guy that I really got to admire. I mean, you got to admire Lucky because he understands, what he's trying to do, and he's pushing hard. And as I was telling Lucky, I says, Lucky, I said, until the average person that's even in silver understands what I said in part 1 of the video on Silver Bubble, that we're going to run out of this source of silver. I mean, we got a certain amount of above ground, and when it's gone, then people's going to realize. And I said, I don't think really people really that is really actually sunk into people's head that this is fixing to be over with. No longer are you going to be able to get the silver that you're getting now. You're only getting silver that you're getting now simply because of the economy's production, the way it is. It's fell way back. That's why you're getting silver today. And that's why I say buy everything you can today. If you've got your mind made up that you're going to buy silver, just get on the ball with it. Because we don't know what it's going to be next week. We don't know what it's going to be next. We don't have any idea if it's going to drop back down. We don't know. Nobody can tell us that. But that's why you do a cost average. You buy some silver sometimes at a higher price than you bought before. That's understandable. None of mine has been bought at the same price. All my buys have been cost averages. But you're not going to be able to get it because of the market the way it is. You are buying silver because the industry is not using it, and that's just plain as day. The industry is not using the silver, and that's why you're able to buy it. If it wasn't for that fact, you'd be paying the same premiums on silver that you were paying back in the summer. Fact. So, until you realize that, you may not be so encouraged or so determined to buy as much as you can now. And until you accept the fact that we're not going to be able to get this silver, you're not going to buy like you really should be. For instance, as the other video said, if everything is cheap, we don't tend to rush out and buy it, okay? As long as we can get it cheap. But it's when it starts to go up that we find ourselves in competition with others trying to buy it. So, when silver starts going up, then you're going to see everybody rush for it out of fear. And it's out of fear, and then before you know it, everybody that you're talking to is going to be knowing about silver. And they're going to rush, and they're going to buy, and they're going to get in when it's high. And the thing is when people get in high, they always stay too long, and they lose. Because once it peaks up, it will start coming down. It always does. That's the rule. Not to the point where it's at today, but it will come down some. So if people jump in, and let's say if you got $200 an ounce, and now that's not to say it will, but that's not to say that it won't either. I want to point that out. Is it possible that silver could ever get to $200 an ounce? Absolutely. Because there's less silver in this world today than there is gold. Got to remember that. And once it runs out, we're going to see this spike. And so people get in late, and they start buying at 180, 185, and it reaches 200. It starts to come down. They think it's going to go back up. Boom! Before you know it, it's 175. They lose. Buying while you can now will lower your risk of this investment, because you've got great potential at the price you can buy it today. Now, I was telling Lucky, I says, you know what, Lucky? I says, people don't realize this. Really hadn't sunk into their head. I said, whenever they realize this, just like if you were working on a car and you're so determined, you keep working and you keep working and you keep thinking, I can get this thing fixed. And after a while, it comes to a point where you say, you know what, I give up. There's nothing I can do. I cannot fix it. Now, that's what I'm stressing to you. Whenever you realize that silver is going to be gone, and it's in your head is whenever you're going to start buying. Because people, it is going to go away. The only way that we're going to even keep it in existence is if it gets so high it can't be bought.